David, I'll first start with the GTM story. So I've just shared my screen. Are you able to see it?
Switch.
Okay. So right now, what we have completed is we have implemented GTM for iOS, and we have already got the parameters like operating system, version, app ID, and app name. And one more task is complete. Like we are able to get the device category, model, GMT, device time. These parameters and all we have solved it, and we're able to send it to the GTM tracker. So what's pending right now is the Android implementation, and Surya has asked like we need to get the person ID. Suppose if a user has logged in, and right now we don't have a person ID or something like that. So it's like what he's asking is for every user there has to be a unique ID, which is by which we will be able to identify that user. But then in our case, that user ID which we get, it changes every time the user logs in. So we are not able to get the exact value for that. So I think
No. This person ID is the user ID that you receive from PEP.
yes, but that user ID will be changing every time, right, David? I mean, it won't be constant for a particular user.
Really? Please confirm it with Kanye, because well, this is strange. They need to identify the user in the database.
Okay. Okay, we'll confirm it, David.
Yeah, because well, I believe that when you hit user service, you always hit it with the same user ID that the user has logged in with. So please confirm the fact that well, it is changing. It shouldn't be changing. Well, the user ID is just there in the database, and it's constant, I believe.
Okay. Okay, we'll confirm it, David, because as far as you know, it changes every time when the user logs in. So we'll just confirm it.
Yeah. Okay.
And these parameters, I mean, we have to just get these parameters, and once the Android implementation is done, and we'll be able to send these. So I'll just show you when I'm opening the application. So yeah, so right now I have opened it in the simulator. So these are the default parameters which we have already sent right now. So screen view 11.4 iPhone. So it's not implemented completely, but then you can just see it the view.
Okay, but you said that in other.
Do you have any questions related to this, David?
Yes, I do. In other subtasks, could you show me Jira again?
Hello?
Can you show me Jira again?
David?
Yeah?
Are you still there? We couldn't hear you, David.
Okay. Any better now?
Still no.
No.
No, I'm not on mute.
No, still don't hear.
Like he's able to.
Hello?
Yes, David, we could hear you now.
Okay, great. All right, so my question, if you open Jira again.
Okay.
In send parameters when there's something like that, this third subtask. Because I'm wondering when you're going to get to the custom events, and the first custom event that Pavel and I wanted to be sent is which product has been just unlocked. So not the one with activity ID, activity name, activity type, unit ID, lesson ID. It's not this one.
These are the parameters which need to be sent when what we have done right now is we have classified the events, David. So these user properties will be sent when the user first opens the application, and the GTM properties, these both will be sent when the user first logs in, or opens the application. And the event parameters, these are the ones which need to be sent when there is some event, like the screen change or download or something like that. So right now we are kind of on track, David. Just the Android implementation is pending. We're able to get the parameters.
Okay, but if you open another tab, I don't remember which one it was. Not this one for sure. Firebase events, yeah. So if you go down, yeah, even lower. Custom events, right? Code activated. Well, I told you that we are preparing them according to some priorities, and you can see that code activated is the first priority, right? This is more important than anything that is related to asset open that is below that. So please do not start with asset opened, activity ID. I don't care about them right now. Code activated is more important for me right now. Okay?
Okay, then okay, fine, David. We'll focus on this one first, and then we'll go on to the next events then.
Yeah, because I told you that these are created according to certain priorities, and code activated is the top priority for me. Okay.
Okay, got it, David.
Okay. All right. So it's a spillover, right?
Yes, David.
Okay. What are the chances that we complete at least a few custom events, most important events in the next sprint?
Code activated, asset open, asset closed. We'll be able to complete these 5 in this sprint, David. I mean, once we get the, as you can see right now, we are just stuck in this place. So this activity name and activity. I mean, I'm just working on this one and the Android implementation parallelly. So once this is done, we'll be able to send the details to GTM, and most probably in this sprint, we'll be able to complete it, David.
Yeah, because, well, as you remember, it was supposed to be, the first 5 were supposed to be done in the running sprint, in the sprint that is currently finishing. Well, this is really important. So please speed up with it, and let's make sure that we have at least these first 5 in the next sprint. Okay?
Sure, David. Sure.
Okay, and please remember that we should not start with this opening activity. We should start with code activated.
Okay, David.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, yes, Gautam. Okay.
David, can you see my screen?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so starting with I'm starting with 1201. So holding on call to action row, there is a black border showing up. So you can see I'm here. I'm tapping on call to action. There is no odd border. You can see I'm holding on it right now. So
Okay.
So that is done. Same on iOS. 1198 audio files in activities do not play. So let me take iOS. So we have an audio in this activity, and we can play it. Okay, so I'm able to play the audio and pause the audio. The mute doesn't work. The icon changes, but the mute still doesn't work. Only the play and pause are working now.
Okay. Well, I couldn't hear anything for obvious reasons because it's wired up to your computer, but let me check on my build, okay?
Yeah, sure.
It was lesson 3, listening, okay, downloading.
Office. We have hundreds of
Good.
pencils and pens. Blue pen. And red.
Okay, thank you.
Remove downloaded link disappears from my profile. I think this is in regression. I mean, this 1.0.1 build. So right now you can see the remote download. Sorry, right now you can see the remote download enabled. So when there is some unit currently downloading, and if I now go to the my profile, it was earlier the link was missing. So now when I go to my profile, it will be disabled since there is some unit being downloaded. And once it's done, again be enabled.
Okay, good.
1.4 and 1186. So the audio progress is not shown properly when in the notification section. So I'll play audio. Good. So I'm playing this audio now, and when I log the device, you can see the progress updating properly.
And if you move it in the app?
Yeah, I move it and lock. You can see it's at the end.
Good. Thank you.
Moving on to 955. In the audio and video opening, there is a slide animation. You wanted it to be removed. So you can see the animation is removed now. When you tap on this audio, it will open without the download slide animation.
But if I enable, if there was a transcript, if I enabled it, there would be an animation, right?
Yes, there is. Yeah. Let me show.
By the way, I'm installing iOS 12 right now.
Okay.
We'll see how it works.
There you can see this.
Yeah, good.
Copying the transcript, but no animation when you open it.
Good, thank you.
Okay, fine. So that's all from my end.
PMO 1207. David, you can check in the release build as it's update blocker issue.
Yes, I checked it, so we can proceed because I confirm it is working fine.
Next, I move on to 1208. In stage, unit download not working for Gold XP. This issue occurred due to the faulty package in the Gold XP. Gold XP in stage, Gold XP is not.
Yes.
David, in stage, Gold XP is not working. There is the issue with that.
Okay, so you could have told me about that before the call. I would have fixed it.
No,
okay.
We had spoken yesterday about this. You said the DCP has to put some content there.
Yeah, but I didn't know that we would need it for any demo. I don't care about that, but I can fix it relatively quickly. So give me a sec.
Okay.
Manifest JSON. All right. Okay. Oh boy. Codex BB2. Codex BC1. BC. Okay. Okay, could you check now? Hello?
No, David.
You can't?
No. What happened again? It's joining again. Hi, David.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, David.
Okay. So could you check again?
Yeah, sure. David. No, David.
Well, restart the app, please. Maybe there is a problem with. You need to kill it in order to get the new manifest file.
It's working. Now it's working fine. In lesson 2, there was a fault.
Okay.
Okay. I'll move on to
What was the issue? What was the issue, Maha?
there was a faulty package in lesson the way now it has been revoked. I think so. The package has been not.
If there was a faulty package, the download gets cancelled automatically. So that was the issue.
Resolved now.
Yeah, if there is a faulty package, you can check it.
But how did you resolve it? Because, well, I remember that at some point, if there was a faulty package, there would be a strike through.
Yes, the after implementation of cancel download, automatically if the faulty package was there, cancel download was triggered. So that was the issue, and now again we have rectified it.
So there would be a strike through if there was a faulty package, right?
Yes, there is.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you.
I'll move on to next one. 1217. Your offline snack bar appears even when the levels has been downloaded already. I'll show it. You can see Gold XP has been already downloaded. As it's already been downloaded, I'm in offline now, even though it's getting in. You can see the second part I have been not downloaded. We'll be getting. Oh, 1 second. You're offline. Okay. Click here.
So B2 is going to load because it has been downloaded, and C1 is not going to load, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
That's all from my end.
So PMOB 1205 cloud icon is not coming after the product is updated through pop-up. So yeah. So just I'll remove all the downloaded contents. So the issue is when you go and download any other unit from some other levels, and if I give update, the icon is not updated properly. So let's check now. Now I'll just kill the app, and I'll just give update in startup level 3 TOC update. So now I'm opening the app again. Yeah. So if I tap some, okay. Yeah, you can see the icon is updated again. So this was the issue, and so in startup level 2, so the downloaded content is still there. So this was the issue, and I have fixed it in this sprint.
Mhm.
So do you have any queries, David, on that?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. And regarding Spike, implement AR kit and AR core items. So still I'm working on it, David. So I haven't yet completed. So just I have integrated the plugin alone. So previously I could not able to merge the plugin, but now the plugin is integrated, and now I'm trying to open the camera. So there I'm getting some crash issues. So I was handling that the way.
Okay, but you realize that it's always already 4 weeks of this spike.
Yeah, yes, David.
And tomorrow there's a product council at which they're going to try to convince the product council to give us money to test 3D models in an app, in a separate app, and in our app as well, if possible. And this is very, very important that we have this capability in order to test these 3D models. Otherwise, they're not going to use PPE for augmented reality, which is going to be very bad news for us.
No, in separate app we can implement David, but I'm just trying.
Yes, I know that we can have it in a separate app, but we need to have it in this app.
Okay, so
If we do not have the capability to play augmented reality content, which this is going to be very bad news for us, because then if there is any augmented reality content, it is not going to be used in our app, and it may turn out that they will move they will move our content to another app. So this is actually critical for us to provide this capability. It may never be used. I realize that, but I need to know, we need to know, and we need to confirm that yes, we can play augmented reality content. You realize that it's very gimmicky, it's very marketing important, so we need to provide this capability. So let's make it, let's do it in the next sprint. If you need any help from anyone else, well, maybe this could be the way, but we need to have it. We need to have it there.
yeah.
Okay. Right, so this is certainly going to enter the next sprint. And we need to have the results as soon as possible. We should not wait till the end of the sprint. So please keep working on it, and let's make it your priority, number one, for the next sprint.
Yeah, sure. David.
Okay. All right, so is that it then?
And then we have regression testing task, which has been completed and closed as well, David.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all for the sprint review, I guess.
Okay, so I'm completing the sprint. 2 issues were complete, analytics and the spike, which is correct. So I'm completing the sprint.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so are we having a retro session now, or we're jumping to planning?
I think we can have retro first and then we can move on to planning.
Okay.
Okay, let me share the sheet now.
Okay.
Let's take 5 to 10 minutes and then reconvene.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, David, we are done. Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen, David?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So version 1.0.1 is going live at last. Okay. Thank you, team. And thank you to Sindhu and Valliyappan for completing the regression test. Okay. And new QA has joined. David, I would like to introduce, let me introduce just a minute. Arif.
Hi,
Hi, Ari.
So
Nice
he,
to meet you.
nice to meet you. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very good.
Great.
So he'll be on new QA. He'll support Sindhu as well during regression, and he'll take care of automation for PPE app going forward, David.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen again. Okay, I'm leaving the first one for now. Any changes in backend is not communicated to the team. I think they have control now, or
Well, we had a crisis regarding product service V2, but this was a bigger thing. This was a huge thing. It wasn't a minor thing as the one that when we raised it for the first time. This one was very huge. But yeah, but I think, well, it's up to you.
okay, we'll keep it open for now, David.
Okay.
Same as with no control over backend and package name change.
This was for the first release.
Yeah.
I think we can do it.
Okay, closing it. Lot of rework and some features removed, efforts waste. Priority, this will be overlooked in future. Yeah, I'll close it. Many spillovers. This time we had 2. So
There weren't too many of them. They were significant, but I think that we can close this one.
okay. Due dates kept changing during the sprint. This time that didn't happen, so I'll close it for now. Mockups kept changing in the middle of sprint. I think we didn't face it this time as well, right? Pep team not responding properly. This issue, we have this open. And next thing is Wally is leaving us. This will be the last sprint for him. 28th is the last date, right? Okay. All the best, Valliyappan. And thanks for all your support. Okay.
Thanks a lot, Valliyappan.
Thanks, David.
And then area of improvements, just keep the focus on the overall quality.
I think that we have improved a lot here. There are still bugs, there are still regression bugs, but I think it's much more. It's much better than it used to be. So I think that we can close this one.
Okay. App retro.
Yeah, and this one, yeah, and we got stuck at some point with this one because we had the session at which I presented the new ideas to you, and you were supposed to have an internal meeting. I had my own internal meeting with myself, at which I worked on some of the details, and you were supposed to think about how much time and if there are any problems with the things that I told you about. And I was supposed to provide more details. And I have both. I have prepared more details, but I'm still waiting for the mock-ups. I sent my ideas to Nathan before my leave, and they were supposed to send me the mock-ups last week. So I need to ping Nathan. And when I receive the mock-ups, we can have another session at which I'm going to tell you about the details. Okay? and then you will be able to tell me about any problems that you might have.
Okay, David.
So let me just give me a sec. I will just ping Nathan right now, in order not to forget about that.
Okay.
The children. Okay. You can go ahead.
Okay. So moving on, do the planning more in depth.
So if you are taking any stories while the planning itself, or just immediately after, we'll discuss all the scenarios that needs to be tested and covered.
So I'll keep it open.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that will help us in
Once
giving
the
a more
planning
proper
is done, we
estimate
should
and,
have an
yeah.
internal planning. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
For
Before
fixing
the
the due
estimate,
date.
yeah.
Okay. Fine. And then build to be uploaded in Drive for each story and release notes to be attached. Everybody agree to Sindhu? We can follow that, right? Okay. And then build version can be included in app for quick reference.
Yes.
Yes, that's a very good point. That's a very, very, very good point that I had months ago, but kept forgetting about it. So I'll add it to the backlog. We cannot probably have it in the next sprint. Maybe we should, but I will need to ask Nathan for a quick mock-up. Otherwise, we'll need to. That's a very good point. Okay, so let me just write it down.
Actually, David, right now we can just include the build version number in our environment switcher screen for temporary purpose, if it's okay.
Yeah, that's the. I think that. Let me think. Well, we would need to. So we can do both ways. So until we receive mockups, we're going to put it for our purposes only. However, when we receive mockups, I will display to the user as well. For one reason, if there are any issues and we need to ask the user which version you are using, then we can do it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and manual build should be minimized.
That is, each and every bill should be properly. I mean, it should be uploaded in the drive. It is not like giving the build directly from the developer's machine.
Okay.
iOS, so you cannot. For Android, you can give you the APKs.
Yeah,
in
I
Drive.
think IAP file or IPA file.
That we need to upload for every story we cannot upload and display it, right? Then for one sprint you will have 10-20 builds.
No, in Drive you can upload IAP file.
IPA, no.
No.
How was it done in DCT?
I think they are uploading in Drive only. Let me ask Vali.
Okay, we will check with them. If that is possible, we can do. Otherwise, we need to think about it.
For iOS
For
alone,
both,
right?
Yes.
For Android, we can
Android
do.
we can do it.
Android, we can do.
Okay, fine. Moving on, appreciation. Thanks to Jitendra for making changes in PGN for PEP version 2 update.
Yeah, I agree. He did a great job with that.
Yeah. Okay.
And thank you, Yezo, for speaking to him and speaking to Manning for coordinating it, because this was a good idea. Thank you.
Okay. I think, David, we can move on to planning now.
Okay. All right. So how much time do we have? 30 minutes. Okay. All right. So let me share my screen now. Okay, so I'm creating a new sprint. Okay, the first things that will enter the sprint is the spike by RAM and analytics by Gautam. And I believe that RAM and Gautam are full now. Okay, and then we have these two tickets for release. Thank you very much, Kalpana, for coordinating it. Let's hope that they will proceed as planned. And now we have other tasks. Okay. So first of all, the one that I've just added, add version label and help tab. Version label should be displayed in the help tab at the bottom. Until we receive the mockup, we can display it in staging environment only so that the regular users cannot see it. Maybe you have another idea how this could be done so that we do not display it to everybody. But meanwhile, I will send a request to audio. Please bear with me. I want to have it done right now in order not to forget about it, because I realize that it's pretty urgent. So it's PPE app. Okay, right. So once we receive the mock-up, I will let you know as soon as possible. I believe that it's going to be today, if not Thursday, the latest. So, but you might. So I believe that this is going to look like similarly to what we have in the parent app. Let me show it to you now. So there's a simple label that is not going to be very problematic, I believe, to implement. Yeah, we have something like that. So we have version number, we have build number, we have version number and probably build number in order to be able to easily spot which particular build we are using right now. Okay. Do you want to wait for the mockup before we do anything about it, or we can estimate it right now and assign it right now?
Version number you're going.
Points.
That would be better.
It's a task. Adding version label.
If it's just only label, I can do on it without any other changes. I'm just adding the label.
Task or story?
Only label means we can take it as task.
Is everyone okay to have it as a task?
Only label.
I'll return after the conclusion.
He showed us a sample, right? Should be similar to that only.
As I said, if you prefer to wait for the mock-up, we can decide whether to include it in the sprint later. I don't mind that at all.
Okay, so we prefer to wait, David.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We have lived without it for a long time, so we can live another sprint without it. Okay, handle the scenario in which expired flag is not provided by the API. Right? It is theoretically possible. You probably remember that it led to a crash, and we need to handle it. And the handling is, if expired flag is missing, we should enable the product for the user if he or she has a subscription to it. Right? So if there's no expired flag, we just unlock it and we show it to the user.
David, one more question here. In the response, we have both student and teacher. So as of now, we don't have any user classification as student or teacher, right? So which flag inside which one we should look for? So that is question.
Both actually. Yes, the app does not distinguish between student and teacher. App does, but we do not, and there's no requirement to do any distinguish.
Okay. So so we shall look for the expiry flag inside the student, and as I hope it will be mostly students will be more than the teachers. And if there is nothing inside student, we'll look inside teacher. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Okay then.
David, if the expired flag is not there, we won't show the product has been unlocked, right? Then what message will be displaying? Level has been unlocked.
Maha, you need to start from the beginning. I couldn't hear. Could you repeat?
David, if we are not going to check the expired flag is not present, we will not unlock the product, right? What message will show to the user after the success?
No. Well, okay. So no. The expired flag. Well, when you ask for user subscriptions, right? You should receive his or her products, right? And in these products, you have expired flag, right? And but currently, it is theoretically possible that if you do not set one flag in PEP when you are configuring the product, this expired flag is not going to be present. So in this case, we assume that expired is false. That's it. So we are showing the product to the user, and the product is unlocked if the user has a subscription to it, of course.
No. When you sign in, if the inside the user products these IDs are there, you just unlock them. Even if there is no expiry flag.
We'll unlock them. We won't check for information.
While unlocking, you will get the expiration flag.
While unlocking, we are really going to log it and we'll fetch the user products. From that only, we are going to create.
Okay. After unlocking, you will again fetch the user products.
Yes.
Okay.
What will be the difference for checking the expiry? Even if it is there or not, we are going to unlock it.
But if it is there and the data is crossed, we'll unlock it again.
In that case, if it is not there, what
Yes.
is
We have to keep it unlocked, I guess.
that's what? If I unlock, if the user is unlocking a product, there is no expiry flag. We will redirect the product page and say what? Or we won't redirect. I will unlock successfully.
Yes.
Then while the user enters the product.
It should be unlocked. Yes. That means. David, so if there is no expiry flag for that particular product, we'll show it as unlocked, right? I mean, if the user has unlocked that product.
Yes, exactly. So if we cannot say that this product is expired or not, we assume the positive, right? So we assume that yes, it is, and this is why we are implementing it. We are implementing it as a temporary solution because they need to handle our products properly, because they are not handling them right now, right? Because what they are doing is, if you log into PEP, you're going to see our products, but they will never open, right? And they need to handle them properly. That's why DCP, as content producers, decided not to set this flag at all, so that the product would not appear in PEP. Right? This is the problem, and we need to also handle the scenario when this is not set, because somebody may not set it by mistake, and we don't want the app to crash then. Right? That's why we need to handle it properly. And yes, we assume that if there's no expiration, we assume that it's positive, so the user still has access to it.
Okay. Okay,
we cannot punish the user for somebody's overlooking, for the fact that because of the fact that somebody overlooked setting the parameter. That's the justification.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
If the expired flag is true, we'll show the user as level unlocked successfully, but we'll keep the product as locked. In that case,
while unlocking, mostly should not happen. No, I think in that case it will not happen. While unlocking, that flag won't be true.
Along with the testing,
because the user has been unlocking the same. If today is my expiry date, and again today I'm unlocking it, at that time expiration flag will change or not? If it is changing, then what message is shown? Level has been unlocked successfully, and while entering, it will be.
Is there a possibility where, today this product is expiring and the user is unlocking it today? So will there be any case like this?
Okay, so the situation is that it's 21st of August. I'm unlocking the product, but my access is expiring today, right?
Yes. Or it has expired already.
And again, I'm unlocking it.
Yes, it is theoretically possible. Very, 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 very unlikely. But yes, somebody maybe is crazy enough to create an access code that will expire after 1 day. But it has nothing to do with this story, right?
No, in that case, we should as usual show levels unlocked successfully, or we should not do anything.
Oh, I know what you mean. Okay. Yes, I think that we should display to the user. As I said, this is going to be very, 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 and 100 more varies unlikely.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah. We just need to handle it, so let's handle it this way.
Okay.
Estimation along with testing. $2.7.
Okay, and who's gonna take it?
Mahadavid. Maha, you'll be available only for this week, right? 2 more days.
Okay, there's something assigned to Maha for some reason, but let's pick this one first. After updating the version, remove download content link is missing sign-in page. I don't know steps to reproduce, so I don't know. Well, I sometimes struggle to understand what this is, but I hope that Sindhu can tell us exactly.
This is during the app update. So when you have some contents downloaded and you update the app to a new version, this remote download will be hidden. Disabled.
Okay, so we need to fix it. We need to fix it.
Okay, so estimation. Points and
3 points.
assigning along with the testing.
Yes, along with testing, because we need to have an holdable and then put it in update.
1 point for testing.
Okay,
Yes.
3 points the width and assigning would be L.
Okay. Then we have this levels and not start practicing stack bar doesn't appear in product page. This is also important. Well, I never spotted it, honestly, myself. Never, ever. Right? But if it does appear, we need to fix it. Because this is confusing for the user.
Since this is inconsistent, like 1 to 1 6.
Yeah.
Inconsistent. I do this or I'm getting anything like that.
Or in
No,
both.
it occurs in both.
But inconsistent. This was noted inconsistently, but so there are no proper steps to reproduce it as well.
So what's your suggestion then?
Without proper steps, we cannot find that right.
Okay, so what's your suggestion? Because, well, I'm relying on what Sindhu told me. As I told you, I have never seen it myself, but if there is an issue, you need to either ask Sindhu and assign it to Sindhu to try to find steps to reproduce, or we need to do something about it.
Yes, maybe we can give it to Sindhu.
Yeah, I knew it.
Please share the screen recording.
Yeah, sure.
That would be
Not necessarily.
Okay. Then
He needs the
We need to find
exact.
the perfect scenario when it happens.
we have clear steps to reproduce. That is,
Yes, that is the steps for
sometimes
unlocking a product.
it is occurring, sometimes it is not occurring.
And that's all. There should be some.
But the steps are,
I mean,
we keep it in backlog. We will see this. Let me try for this. If it occurs again.
Okay, so Sindhu suggests to keep it in backlog and check it in the sprint the width.
So we'll take it as a testing.
You want to take it as a testing task then for this?
No, I will try to reproduce this.
Okay, fine.
Script. While testing other stories, I will try this.
Okay, so shall we leave this for now, Devin?
We could, but it's well. As you can see, we have plenty of things in the backlog, and sometimes it's difficult to manage it because of that. You know, that's why I would prefer to include it in the sprint and decide whether we can fix it or not, whether we can find the steps to reproduce or not, and if we cannot, we close the story. Do something about it. Let's not keep it just in the backlog so that it's there staying forever. My suggestion would be to reassign it to Sindhu with a comment that please find steps to reproduce. If not, please close the story. That's it. That's how I would do it.
Okay, Devin.
Okay?
Fine.
So I'm putting a comment. the team is asking to provide to reproduce before they can stage. Okay. Okay, and unless they can be provided, we should close the store, the ticket. Okay. So can I assign him to Sindhu?
Yes, David.
Okay. Are we estimating it?
Do you want an estimation, Sindhu? No points, David.
All right. Then we have high-end devices in QR scan code page. Camera opens with a bit delay. iPhone 10 in QR scan code page. I noticed it myself too.
Actually, we faced this one before in low-end devices, and we fixed it already by reducing the animation time. But then, no.
I'm playing with it right now and can reproduce it myself, honestly. It's very, very fast.
Sindhu. I don't know whether it is the latest bit.
Actually, David, we faced this issue already in low-end devices like Moto E and all, and then later we fixed it by reducing the animation time. Previously, it was somewhere around 1 second or so, and then we reduced it to the lowest amount possible. So we'll need to check it, David. Without that, I mean, without no solution, we aren't sure how to fix it.
Yeah, well, okay, I understand that. I cannot find it I cannot reproduce it myself right now. I've just played with the scanner. I opened it about 20 times right now. And, well, I could not find it. I could not reproduce it, so...
David, when you repeatedly click on the, QR code icon, you can easily get it. When you
Yeah, but
the QR
I've just done it. I've just opened it about 20 times, and it never appeared for me.
okay, just click the QR code icon.
Yes.
And in camera page, click on help.
Okay, so let me go there again. All right, so I'm here. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Then do it repeatedly 2 or 3 times. Here
Okay.
in this, we can reproduce.
Do I need to tap Let's Go every time? I need to open Help. Let's go.
No,
Okay.
you've gone to the help page once and then you click on the QR code icon. It will be slow, I guess.
Oh, yeah, got it. Yeah, got it. Okay. Yeah, that was strange. Okay, so first of all, I think that, well, again, I would assign it to CNUC to provide steps to reproduce.
Why?
Because, well, as you can see, I couldn't reproduce it because there were steps to reproduce. By the way, Sindhu, is there a chance for you to provide steps to reproduce? Because it helps me a lot.
It's the
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so again, well, I believe that it doesn't need to be fixed in this sprint, but it requires, we need steps to reproduce in order to handle it next time. So what are we doing about it? Are we leaving it in the backend, but ask Sindhu to provide steps to reproduce? Because this is just a comment, or we can include it in the sprint so that she knows that she needs to do it.
So the steps to reproduce, she has already included, David.
Where?
If you open it in a separate
Yeah, you can open it in a separate tab and you'll be able to see it.
Oh, that's going to be painful. Okay, all right. Okay, so in order to see every bug, I need to open it. Sindhu, my request, could you provide steps to reproduce? Could you also provide them in the description so that I can easily see that? Because I usually open it this way and I look at the description. This would be very, very helpful.
Copy paste in description as well.
Yeah, just copy paste, exactly.
Same thing. Okay.
That would be very helpful for me.
Okay then.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let me open it again. Open the error code. Help cancels. Observe. Okay. All right. We don't need to do it in this script. Okay. Transcript tapping on videos focusing one line before that.
This is also a bug. David, we have assigned stories for Edil and Maha. Ram Kumar and Gautam. So Gautam is having his spillover story and Ram is having his spike. So Gautam and Ram, are you okay to take up additional issues for the sprint? Or?
Once we complete the story.
Okay, so
I know that Maha is on leave next week, but couldn't Ezel pick something additional to that, to this one? I don't know. It's up to him, but I think that he is not going to be unavailable for that long.
Actually, Elil is also on leave.
Yeah, he'll be 4 days.
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, and
next week.
He'll be available for 3 days.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I didn't notice it. I just could see lots of red next to Maha, but I just skipped it for Ezel. Okay, so I think that we can start the sprint.
Okay.
The slowest sprint ever.
Yes. Just
so should I start it now?
Yes, David. David, the date has to be for tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay.
22nd to 4th. Yeah.
Okay. We are starting it. Okay, so I'm gonna also assign release versions because I want to prepare release version number 1.0.2 and Gautam's story is absolutely critical right now for 1.0.2. This one also needs to enter 1.0.2.
David, when are we planning for 1.0.2 release?
ASAP.
Okay.
Yeah. So after this release, I would like to proceed because of the analytics. We need to proceed with the release. Okay, we're going to have this one as well. And this one remains to be seen, and the spike remains to be seen. Okay. Okay, so the sprint is active.
Okay, David.
And that's it.
Okay. Anything else, team? That's all from our end to David.
Thank you very much. So let's stay in touch. And let's stay in touch. Please remember that today they are most likely to go live with PEP. So we'll need to test it. Once it goes live, we need to test if everything is okay related to product service. You could see the email. Jitendra agreed to make an update at 6 a.m. his time. So let's hope that everything goes well. But just in case, please let's stay in touch until this release is done. Okay?
Okay, David, sure.
Okay. All right. So as you can see, they are starting at 11 a.m. my time. So it's going to take till about 1 p.m. my time, which is still going to be 4 p.m. your time. So I still think that it is acceptable. I'll promise not to keep you any longer than needed. Okay?
Okay, David.
Okay. All right. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, team. Bye.
Bye.